Hi everyone, Samthony Tractano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this Lyrical Lemonade album, All Is Yellow. Lyrical Lemonade, the YouTube channel and music videography brand, masterminded by Mr. Cole Bennett, which, yeah, at one point was just a cool place to go and see music videos for new artists who are a part of this, most contemporary wave of rap, but it's really not just music videos anymore. Lyrical Lemonade has expanded into one of the biggest tastemakers in current day hip-hop music, with its audience seemingly growing every year, to the point now where a Lyrical Lemonade music video can kickstart some of the biggest careers in the music industry today. We know this because we have seen it happen time and time and time again, from the late Juice WRLD to Jack Harlow, who currently has the #1 song in the country, but at one point he was barely on everybody's radar until the What's Poppin' music video dropped. So this has put Cole in a position where he's not just simply a visual producer now, but a curator of sorts, putting on new artists and songs through his channel regularly. And I guess now the next chapter of that brand expansion is a compilation here of new songs. Cause why just pick favorites from yet to be released tracks from artists you want to work with when you could instead get on your DJ Khaled shit and use your networking skills to pull all the connections you have with various artists together and get them to appear on a variety of different tracks for you. It's self-serving, but still ambitious to say the least, and while the compilation overall is not the most cohesive listen you're gonna have this year, it does have a lot of standout moments on it, and maybe just a little bit of something for everybody. I don't think there even possibly would be, given the wide array of rap fans that watch all of the Lyrical Lemonade videos, a compilation that everyone would have loved every single track on, given just how many different types of music listeners you would have to keep happy in that scenario. Take the opening track, for example, which features cinematic production, lyrical and vocal contributions from Ski Mask the Slump God, Jid, as well as Sheck Wes. And yeah, it's wild, it's crazy, it's over the top. You've got tongue-twisting flows, a beat that sounds like it's got the budget of a Fast and Furious movie, exactly the kind of thing all the boys in hip-hop Twitter would go crazy for. But simultaneously, you have other super low-key tracks on this thing with absolutely generic and heartless vocal performances, like With the Fish, that tune-wise pretty much go in one ear and out the other. Furthermore, while there is a lot of star power in the feature list of this record, not every pairing on this thing makes absolute sense, like Guitar in My Room featuring Lil Durk and Kid Cudi, which vibe-wise is heavenly, it's dreamy, it's okay and passable. It's like the plan was to put Cudi and Durk on the most blissful instrumental that could possibly be found. I guess it works. It doesn't sound at odds with itself for sure, but also this track doesn't really see Cudi or Durk playing to their specific strengths either. And I think Equilibrium featuring G Herbo and Babytron, of all people, kind of suffers from the same issue. However, there are some points where Cole Bennett and Lyrical Lemonade and all the artists involved are seemingly aware of and embrace the fact that we're talking about a very unlikely combination of artists here, and somehow it freaking works. First Night, I would say, is an example of this, with a super dramatic piano intro that is led vocally by Tizo Touchdown, that is followed by this Fuck on the First Night trap banger chorus from Juicy J, the absolute southern hip-hop legend he is. Then we have verse trades from Cochise and Denzel Curry, which is quite a gap in terms of lyrical presentation, flow style, everything. And the entire track ends off with this PSA on feeling not pressured to have sex on the first date from Lil B. Yeah, it's insane, and it's not the most fluid listen you're gonna have in terms of all the transitions from one point to the next, but it's entertaining. Definitely did not have all of these artists being on the same frickin' song being on my 2020 2024 Rap Bingo card. Which I could also say for the track Fallout featuring Gus Dapperton and Lil Yachty as well as Joey Badass. But I think in that context, the Frankenstein monster doesn't quite work as much, especially given how tacky the hook is, how far stylistically Gus is from Yachty, even with Yachty recently making moves to dabble more in pop music and psychedelic music. And the Joey Badass portion just feels tacked on at the very end. And there's a number of moments here where the addition of someone at the very finish of a track just feels like a weird, awkward extra. The other most shining example being Special featuring Lotto as well as Amine, who together create this very commercial but also very bitter unloved story. But then at the very finish, Sway Lee comes in, which, like, what role does he play in this narrative? Is he just watching in the corner? There are some other cuts in the first half of the project that I think are very solid standouts. The Chief Keef and Lil Yachty cut Say a Grace goes hard as hell. Keef sounds wild and exuberant over this absolutely entrancing sample. This My Life features a round of auto crooners I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of. Kid Laroi, Tekka, Lil Skies as well. I don't know if I could have recognized these guys being on this track had you not told me it was them. As far as this shade of pop-infused, R&B-infused rap goes, it's very by the numbers, but the chorus is kind of catchy. I'm not mad at it. It's certainly not the worst thing I've heard in this style. Where things actually start to go downhill on this project is toward the end, save for a few moments, like Doomsday, which is this incredible single to this project that features Corday and the late Juice WRLD, where they are just going bar for bar for bar over this old Slim Shady beat and sounding amazing in the process. This is actually one of the best things, period, to come out of Lyrical Lemonade, music videos, and all considered. Now, this is also followed up with Doomsday Part 2, which actually sees Eminem coming through to rap on a revamped version of his own beat now. And it's interesting, there are a lot of great lyrical highlights on this very short, sequel song, but the entirety of the track is pretty much, spent shitting on his longtime rival Benzino, which is something that he's pretty much beating like a dead horse at this point, but, who else is really willing to go against Eminem right now? If anything, I just kind of wish the beat had a stronger groove to it, and that Eminem didn't rap on the song with this weird staccato flow that he seems stuck in these days. It's odd, again, because it's not like the writing is bad. There are a lot of good bars on this track, but Eminem just can't seem to, fluidly move through his raps these days, and instead sounds like, I don't know, a motor engine that needs fucking oil. There's also Hello There, which is a terrible, terrible, terrible rap, emo, trap, crossover, interpolation, fusion of Blink-182's I Miss You. Yeah, it's not flattering. It's not good. It's a total mess. Meanwhile, Hummingbird, which I think has a lot of vocal talent on it, really overdoes it on the reverb and washes things out to the point where everyone's singing sounds awful. Finally, we have the kind of unceremonious closer, Stop Giving Me Advice, which features the very odd pairing of Jack Harlow and Dave. And honestly, the instrumental and first verse from Jack is not too bad. Really sees him at a point at a commercial peak in his career where he is really enjoying his success and trying to be the master of his own destiny. He seems to really own his rise to the top, despite how much of it he, ironically owes to Lyrical Lemonade. But still, he is a massive rap crossover star at this point, and to what he says, I see no reason why somebody who's a third as successful as he should be telling him what to do, I guess. But Dave isn't really able to follow up a lot of these themes in his verse. He once again falls short of living up to his deep and brainy reputation, especially with this supermodel skeletons dancing line, which is next level dum-dum juice. But yeah, this Lyrical Lemonade compilation overall, I mean, it's for sure interesting. A lot of harebrained musical schemes going on here. And while some of the tracks do turn out pretty good, the whole thing feels like it's the result of some wild neo-rap randomizer, a RapCaviar playlist shuffle, where we're just kind of throwing together any 2, 3, 4 artists on whatever beat and just kind of seeing if the track sinks or swims. Which is why, despite some good tracks on here, I'm kind of feeling a light to decent 5. Transition, have you given this record a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up with a link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Lyrical Lemonade, forever.